The red balloon drifts through the foggy streets of Derry again. It floats silently, almost peacefully, until it passes the same storm drain where everything once began. The air feels colder, the shadows seem alive, and for a brief second, we see it, the reflection of something that should have never come back. The trailer for Welcome to Derry Episode 4 doesn't just tease a return of fear, it promises a rebirth. Every frame feels haunted, every whisper a reminder that Derry's past never truly stays buried. And if you look closely, the trailer isn't just showing us what's next, it's warning us. The trailer opens with a familiar image, rain falling over empty streets, flickering streetlights, and the faint sound of laughter echoing from somewhere deep underground. It's not just a scene, it's a memory of fear that Derry can't erase. We catch quick flashes of what's coming, a group of kids staring at a red balloon tied to a mailbox, a close-up of a woman's eyes filled with terror, and the chilling glimpse of the old sewer entrance cracked, rusted, but unmistakably alive. The camera moves like it's searching for something, or maybe someone. Every shot feels slower, longer, as if the town itself is holding its breath. The voice in the background says, "It's happening again." And fans immediately know, this isn't a random attack or isolated nightmare. It's the same evil resurfacing, feeding on the fear buried deep inside Derry's people. The lighting shifts from cold blue to dark crimson as if blood itself is creeping back into the town's heart. There's no sign of Pennywise yet, but that's exactly what makes it worse. His absence makes the tension unbearable. It's the silence before the scream. Halfway through, we see an old black and white photograph pinned to a wall, kids smiling, frozen in time. But in the corner of the photo, there's something faintly visible, a shadow, a hand, or maybe the outline of a balloon. Its blink can do miss it subtle, but unmistakably there. The trailer is full of such hints, daring the audience to pause and replay every second. That's the beauty of Welcome to Derry. It rewards those who look deeper, those who remember the patterns of fear. In another chilling shot, a young boy runs through the woods holding a flashlight, the beam shaking as if the ground itself trembles. He stops, looks around, and whispers, "Who's there?" There's no answer, just a low, wet laugh echoing through the trees. It's classic Stephen King terror, fear of what you don't see. This trailer builds tension not by showing monsters, but by reminding us that they're always there, just out of sight. The final sequence of the trailer ties it all together. A quick montage, blood on the pavement, red balloons rising into a storm, the faint hum of carnival music, and then darkness. Just as the screen fades, we hear a child's voice say, "We all float again," followed by the sharp hiss of static. It's a direct callback to the original IT, but it also hints at something deeper. Maybe Pennywise isn't returning as a single entity this time, but as something spreading, something shared among Derry's people. This trailer doesn't just build excitement for episode 4, it reopens old fears. It reminds us that Derry isn't just haunted by a clown, it's haunted by its own history, its silence, its willingness to forget, every sound, every image. Every red balloon tells us the same story. Evil doesn't die in Derry. It just waits. Every frame in the Welcome to Derry Episode 4 trailer feels like a puzzle piece crafted to hide more than it reveals. The trailer doesn't simply show horror, it whispers it. The symbols are scattered like breadcrumbs, leading us deeper into Derry's darkness, and the deeper we look, the more it feels like the town itself is alive, breathing, remembering. This isn't a simple story about a monster. It's a story about a curse of sickness that infects memories, bloodlines, and even the walls of Derry itself. Let's start with the most striking symbol, the red balloon. It's more than just Pennywise's calling card, it's an omen. In episode 4's trailer, the balloon doesn't float gracefully like before. Instead, it trembles, almost fighting against the air, as if it's resisting being released. This tiny motion suggests something new, perhaps Pennywise's control. isn't as stable as before, or maybe something else is pulling the strings. The balloon passes by mirrors, puddles, and windows, reflecting faint faces that don't belong. It's as if Derry's spirits are trapped inside, watching, waiting for the next cycle to begin. Next, there's the newspaper clipping shown for barely 2 seconds. It reads, "Town mourns missing children," but the date is from 1961, 2 years before the known attacks. The letters at the bottom seem smudged, and when slowed down, you can faintly see the word again. This isn't just a nod to past events, it's confirmation that Derry's nightmare didn't start in the 80s or with the Losers Club. It's been happening far longer. The clipping's inclusion in the trailer feels deliberate, almost like the show wants to tell us that the evil didn't begin with Pennywise, it began with Derry itself. The sewer scene is perhaps the most important visual clue. The camera slides down into the darkness, and as it pans across the water, the reflection changes. It's no longer just the tunnel, but an image of what looks like a circus tent. This merging of water and illusion is one of IT's recurring motifs. In Stephen King's lore, water often symbolizes memory and subconscious fear. By showing the circus tent within the sewer, the trailer may be telling us that Pennywise's origin isn't a random extraterrestrial horror, it's rooted in the collective psyche of the town. Derry's evil is its own performance, one that the townspeople unknowingly participated. Another haunting symbol appears in the old photograph glimpsed earlier. A closer look reveals a child in a striped shirt, holding what seems to be a small toy boat the same shape and fold as Georgie's paper boat from the original IT. But the photo predates Georgie's time by decades. This could suggest one of two possibilities. Either Pennywise repeats his victims in an endless loop, or Derry itself replays its tragedies through generations. The fact that the photo is framed and hanging in what appears to be a city hall or library hints that even the town's institutions are complicit in preserving these memories. Derry doesn't forget, it archives its sins. Then there's the sound design. Every faint whisper, every echo in the trailer carries meaning. When played backwards, something fans have already tried. Some claim you can hear the words, "He never left." This could be a creative trick, but in King's universe, sound often serves as a gateway between dimensions. The voices we hear aren't ghosts, their memories replaying themselves, fragments of the countless souls that have floated before. The color palette also plays a hidden role. Earlier episodes relied on the contrast between warm and cold lighting, but episode 4's trailer introduces muted yellows and sickly greens. These colors often represent decay and infection, suggesting Derry's corruption is spreading, maybe even beyond its borders. The once bright red of Pennywise's balloon now looks darker, bruised, as if tainted by time. It's no longer a symbol of childish fear. It's a relic of something ancient. And finally, pay attention to the water. Every time the screen fades to black, you can hear the faint dripping of water. It's the same sound heard in the background of IT Chapter 1 during Georgie's death scene. But here, it's slower, more rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat. Could this mean Derry itself is alive? Or is the heartbeat a clue that Pennywise's spirit has found a new vessel, something or someone breathing again? Each symbol in this trailer points toward a bigger truth. The horror of Derry isn't just Pennywise, it's the town's refusal to heal. Every balloon, every drop of water, every echo in the dark reminds us that evil here doesn't vanish. It transforms, evolves, and waits. The trailer's message is clear. You can't kill what's already part of you. Derry's curse is not in the clown, it's in the people who choose to look away. Every story in Derry begins with someone who thinks they're safe. But welcome to Derry. Episode 4's trailer reminds us that no one truly is. Behind every trembling face, every terrified glance, there's a secret waiting to be uncovered. This episode seems ready to dig into the people of Derry, the broken, the guilty, and the haunted, showing that monsters wear many faces, not all of them painted white with red lines. The trailer opens on a young woman standing by the river, staring at the water's surface like she's waiting for something to rise. Her name hasn't been revealed yet, but fans believe she might be connected to the missing children mentioned in earlier episodes. Her calm expression hides something uneasy, grief mixed with obsession. In one shot, she holds a notebook filled with drawings of balloons, sewers, and smiling faces. It's not just fear she's feeling, it's recognition. Maybe she's seen the clown before, or maybe she's beginning to remember a past life, a thread that connects her to Derry's repeating cycle of horror. The trailer also gives us quick glimpses of Henry and Millie, two teenagers who appear to be the emotional center of the story. They walk home from school under gray skies, passing the same street where a red balloon drifts by. Henry's hand trembles when he sees it, and Millie grabs his arm. It's not just fear, it's memory. They both remember something they shouldn't, a nightmare that doesn't belong to their generation. Perhaps they're descendants of the original victims, trapped in Derry's endless cycle of trauma. Their dialogue, though short, reveals a powerful theme. When fear runs in the family, it becomes legacy. And then there's the most mysterious figure, a man in a yellow raincoat seen only in shadows. He never speaks. He stands near the sewer entrance, back turned to the camera. His posture is calm, almost protective. But when the lightning flashes, his shadow stretches impossibly long, like it's alive. Some fans believe he's the ghost of Georgie, grown older in some twisted vision. Others think he's a manifestation of Pennywise's next form, the shape of innocence turned to lure. The raincoat is no coincidence. It's a symbol of Derry's first sin, the day Georgie Denbrad disappeared. If this figure truly represents that memory, then episode 4 might explore how guilt manifests in physical form, how the past haunts not just places, but people. We also get our first extended look at Mr. Keene, the owner of the town's pharmacy. An old man with a glass eye who seems to know more than he admits. In one scene, he's shown closing his store early, whispering to himself as he locks the door. The reflection in the glass shows a smiling clown face, but when he turns around, there's nothing there. This might sound simple, but it says something important about Derry. The evil doesn't need to reveal itself to control people. Fear alone is enough. Mr. Keene's role could mirror that of earlier Stephen King characters, those who understand the darkness but profit from pretending it doesn't exist. Each of these characters represents a part of Derry's soul. The young woman at the river, memory. The sheriff, denial. The teens, inheritance. The raincoat man, guilt. The old shopkeeper, complicity. Together, they form a map of the town's heart, and episode 4's trailer shows those hearts cracking open. No one here is innocent. Everyone in Derry carries a piece of its curse, whether they know it or not. One of the most chilling shots in the trailer brings them all together. A slow pan across a town hall meeting, faces tense and pale. The sheriff stands up to speak, but his words distort, replaced by faint laughter. Balloons begin to appear, one by one, tied to the chairs. No one moves. No one screams. They just stare. It's a perfect image of Derry's disease, silence in the face of madness. The people don't fight the evil. They invite it in. By focusing on these characters, episode 4 seems to shift the story's fear from supernatural horror to human weakness. Pennywise may be the monster, but Derry's people are his roots. Each character's choices, their silence, their guilt, their memory feed him, sustain him, and summon him back. The trailer doesn't just tease a new attack. It promises a revelation. The real monsters in Derry aren't hiding in the sewers. They're walking above them. The Welcome to Derry episode 4 trailer doesn't just tease what's next, it dares us to guess. Every frame feels like a secret message. Every line of dialogue like a warning disguised as nostalgia. Fans across the internet have been dissecting it frame by frame, building wild, chilling theories about what episode 4 might reveal. Some sound impossible. Others feel too real. But in Derry, the unbelievable usually turns out to be the truth. Let's dive into the most fascinating and unsettling theories that have emerged and why some might actually be right. The first, and perhaps most haunting, theory is called the cycle theory. It suggests that Derry's evil isn't just repeating, it's evolving. In Stephen King's universe, Pennywise's attacks occur roughly every 27 years. But this trailer hints that the cycle might not just apply to time, it might apply to souls. The recurring faces, the mirrored events, the reappearing raincoat all might symbolize reincarnations of the same people, trapped in endless repetition. The woman at the river could be a reborn version of Beverly Marsh. The sheriff, a reflection of Bill Denbra's survivor's guilt. And the children might be echoes of the Losers Club, if this theory holds true. Episode 4 could reveal that Derry doesn't just resurrect its evil, it resurrects its victims, forcing them to relive their fear until someone finally breaks the loop. Another popular theory making waves among fans is the collective guilt theory. This idea paints Derry itself as the villain, not just the clown. According to this theory, Pennywise is merely the physical form of Derry's hidden corruption. The red balloons, the laughter, the whispers, they're all symptoms of a deeper sickness. Each time the townspeople choose to look away from tragedy, they feed the entity, allowing it to grow stronger. Episode 4's trailer seems to support this. We see adults ignoring the red balloons on the street, pretending not to hear the screams echoing through the drains. The evil survives because denial protects it. Maybe Pennywise isn't even real anymore. Maybe he's become part of Derry's conscience, a shadow that feeds on silence. If that's true, then defeating him isn't about fighting a monster, it's about breaking the town's habit of forgetting. Then comes the most controversial Finn idea yet. The heir of Pennywise theory. This one suggests that Pennywise's spirit doesn't die, it transfers. The trailer's final whisper, "We all float again," might not be a taunt but a declaration. We, not I, fans have speculated that one of the new characters, possibly the young boy in the forest, is being groomed to become Pennywise's next vessel. The faint orange glow in his eyes, the way he tilts his head during the trailer's final seconds, and the echo of laughter that matches his breathing all point to this transformation. Imagine an episode where the clown isn't returning from hibernation, but being reborn through human emotion, fear, grief, and rage. It's a horrifying twist that aligns perfectly with King's idea that evil never dies, it just changes its mask. But there's another theory that digs even deeper into King's mythos. The macroverse connection. In Stephen King's larger universe, Pennywise is not just a ghost or demon, it's an ancient cosmic being. A predator born from the same dark reality as the creature Maturine the turtle. Episode 4 might be the first time we see the town of Derry begin to crack open, revealing glimpses of the void beyond. The sewer water reflecting the circus tent could be more than symbolism, it might be a dimensional tear, showing where Pennywise truly comes from. The use of distorted sound, especially the backwards whispers, could be a hint that reality itself is bending. If the macroverse theory is true, Welcome to Derry might not just be a prequel, it could be an origin story for the multiverse of fear in King's world. And then, there's one theory that hits closer to the heart, the memory curse theory. This one doesn't focus on monsters or timelines, but on trauma. It argues that the show is using Derry as a metaphor for collective pain, the kind that gets passed down through generations. Every episode has shown characters remembering things that shouldn't be possible. Dreams of places they've never been, flashes of faces they've never seen. Episode 4's trailer amplifies that with images of overlapping timelines and ghostly voices whispering names from the past. Maybe the true horror isn't Pennywise, but the inability to forget what happened and the town's desperate attempt to bury it again and again. The memory curse is what traps Derry in its endless nightmare. The more its people deny their trauma, the more powerful the evil becomes. Each of these theories offers a different kind of terror, one rooted in cosmic mystery, one in human guilt, one in endless repetition. But all share the same truth. Welcome to Derry isn't just about a monster in the sewers. It's about the monsters that live in us, the ones born from fear, guilt, and silence. The episode 4 trailer seems to be leading toward a major revelation, something that could rewrite everything we think we know about Pennywise and Derry's curse. Whether it's reincarnation, infection, or inheritance, the message remains chillingly clear. In Derry, evil doesn't end. It waits, it remembers, and when the time is right, it floats back up.